Hey guys, so basically this is just me sitting here again in my unnormal spot at this point and just doing something I've never done before. I think I did it once. Blu-ray DVD update video. Now this isn't the normal update video that I usually do. Usually it'd have pretty much all horror films, but I don't. And that's something because I love film and cinema, and it's not just horror that I love all sorts of film. I haven't watched everything on my list. I usually do watch everything, but I haven't watched everything so far, so sorry for that. But first up, we have Dallas Buyers Club. This is a 2013 film that got nominated for a bunch of Oscars. It won 2, Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor for Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto. It was really fun to see Jared Leto win his first Oscar. He was kind of tearing up and everything. It was really cool, although I would prefer if Leonardo DiCaprio had won the Oscar for Wolf of Wall Street than Matthew McConaughey. But after seeing this, I understand a lot more why he won the Oscar, because this performance is amazing. Not only is this performance just one of the best I've seen in a long time, it is probably some of the best performances I've seen from not the people you'd suspect. It's actually the people you'd see behind the scenes. The directing in this movie is phenomenal. I know the director, I don't remember his name, whatever. It's like Aja, French or something. And he's directing the movie Wild with Reese Witherspoon, which she's actually nude for that movie. And I had to sit in the theater and I was like, good job, movie. This movie is just phenomenal, so I definitely recommend it. It definitely deserved to be on the Best Picture list. That's about it. Next up, we have the 40th anniversary edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, this is a set I've been waiting for years. The only downside to this set is that some of the special features could have been tuned up more, because they were doing a big thing about how we're actually going to have the special features in high def, and that this case is like a DVD size. It's not a Blu-ray size. Like, if you hold it up to a Blu-ray, like Dallas Buyers Club, it's considerably larger. But since it's not, it doesn't bother me too much, but you get this, and then you can flip side it, and you can make it like this, which I prefer Leatherface in there. And then you can open it up, and you got these really nice images. The transfer on this movie is great. This is one of the best slasher films ever. I just had, Aaron Pinn just did a Q&A, and he talked about how Tobe Hooper, just because of this movie, his legacy is in film forever. And I agree with that. So that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Guardians of the Galaxy. I can't see anything more about this film that hasn't already been said. But James Gunn's Slither, that movie is... it's fucking awesome. Next up, we have the new Nicolas Cage movie, Left Behind. And what do I think about... I'm sorry, guys, but this just isn't right. Okay, now I can feel like I can talk about this movie the right way. Okay, so Left Behind is... guys, it still doesn't feel right. Okay, now I feel better that I can talk about this film in peace. Being serious, I'm not going to talk about it like that, but that... if you can't tell that I'm that much of a Nicolas Cage fanboy, that I have a pillow and poster of him in my room. I actually have some stuff from Amazon coming out. But yeah, I was excited to see this. I haven't seen this movie yet. I'm planning on watching it right after I do this. Pet Sematary, great Stephen King adaptation. I think it's actually his best, like the best novel adaptation of his. This is one I grew up watching and just kind of resigns with me, so I picked this one up. I think I actually got it for Christmas, yeah. And the directing in this movie is the best directing ever. And I think one of my favorite things about this movie is, like, when I first watched it, I'm like, how did they do that? Is when the dad sticks the needle into the little kid's neck. I was just like, how did they do that? What the hell? It was just such a cool experience for me. So yeah, I finished watching this movie right before I started making this video. The stupidest, most predictable plot twist. 6 uncut, unrated, whatever you want to call it. I saw this movie once. When it came to an advanced screening of mine in theaters. And I bought 2 of these, and I have kept them in the Salone wrap, because if you don't know, this has been recalled and the only place I could find them was my local Best Buy. So they let me buy them, and now they're all off the shelves. And I tried to buy one earlier today, actually, and basically, they wouldn't let me buy it. They said something's wrong with the discs, and that's what they're trying to tell everybody. But basically, the controversy behind this is that the director, whatever happened, they were shooting a scene, and they shot a shot of an actual missing poster of they used a photo of like an actual missing person. So I don't know if they did this on purpose, if they didn't, but if they did, that's really, really messed up. But yeah, still the movie itself is probably the best since Wrong Turn 2. I like number 4 and 5. Number 3 was really good. It's probably one of my, it's like in my top 5 like horror franchises. Wrong Turn 6 would be in the top 3. So yeah, Wrong Turn 6. Next up, we have Richard Linklater's Boyhood. I have not seen this movie. I've been waiting to see this movie. It got here today, and I'm so excited to see this movie. I don't know. I've heard that this movie is just such a surreal experience. Richard Linklater, Kevin Smith, Adam Green, John Carpenter, those are just some of my favorite directors in the world. And he is just an amazing, amazing filmmaker. I'm interested to see Ethan and Patricia Arquette, or Ethan Hawke and Patricia Arquette, be young in a new movie. So, yeah, I'm gonna watch this right after. That's Boy. Next up, we probably have my favorite thing in this update besides Boyhood, and something coming up. But it's Camp Blood Grindhouse double feature. So you get Camp Blood 1 and 2 in Bluray 3D. You got that right there, and I'm so excited to check these out in 3D. This is just some of my favorite slashers. You know, like you have to be a special type of person. Like Aaron Pinn just talked about it in his Q&A video about how you have to be a certain type of person to like trauma. And you have to be a certain type of person to like bad movies. I think Eric Harrison's talked about this too from Fucking Ingenious. No, it's not Fucking Ingenious anymore. It's the Death Twitch Horror Review. I don't know why these guys don't have more subscribers. I can't talk much because I only have, like 13? But, yeah, I enjoy all my subscribers. I like them. Yeah, and I have some of the coolest guys in the world following me. And even if it's just a simple like or just a little comment about it, it makes my day. And I know it makes their day. And Eric Harrison from Death Twitch Horror Review we've had some of the greatest conversations about film. And I'm hoping to do that with Aaron too. Aaron, but yeah, Grindhouse double feature. This is some of the best slasher movies I can think of. David Sterling. I've met him at a convention once. I don't think he remembers me, but this is his company producing it, and yeah, I can't wait to check these out in 3D. I can't say much about the Blu-ray itself and the Blu-ray 3D. I can't say much about it because I haven't watched it yet, but I have watched the movies, and Camp Blood 2, that's a special movie, but Camp Blood 1 is at least somewhat rational, I guess. Next up, we have a movie called Tusk, which is Kevin Smith's new movie. So what I was super excited about is now I got to watch Kevin Smith's new movie, Richard Linklater's new movie, and a new Nicolas Cage movie, which I haven't watched those two, but I've watched this one at least 10 times already because this movie's so awesome. This movie, when I just look at the cover, I just am like, it has made it for me. This movie has made it on my top 10 movies of all time. And I know that's a stretch for some people, but I just can't get enough of this movie. And Clerks, a lot of people don't know this. I'm a horror guy. This is a new Kevin Smith horror movie. That's perfect. But you wouldn't expect a guy like me for his favorite movie ever. My number one movie of all time has always been Clerks. Clerks is just a great movie. It shows you what you can do. I'm sure inflated. What you can do with $27,000. And Kevin Smith is just so visionary. And actually, you know what? I think Chasing Amy is just as good as Clerks. I don't know what it is, but Clerks has always just gravitated towards me. Although I do think Chasing Amy is his best directed movie, or besides this one. This and Chasing Amy are probably his best made movies. Clerks is not his best made movie. It's not his most fascinating movie, but it's just his best movie. You know, and this movie itself is about Wallace, played by Justin Long. And he has a girlfriend, Genesis Rodriguez, and he does this podcast with Haley Joel Osment. And he goes, and he's going to go to Canada and interview this one guy. And that doesn't work out, so he goes to a bar, and he's like, man, I can't get anything. And then he goes to the bathroom, and he finds this flyer. And on this flyer, it says, hey, I'll offer you a room if you just do daily chores and listen to all my fascinating stories. And this guy wants to bring back something to tell to his podcast in Canada. And he goes there, and he's there, and this guy is just red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, but he wants to come back with something. And then it turns into this cat and mouse game, as where is it going to go. And basically, this guy has a special need for walruses. He has this fascination with walruses. Okay, he tries to turn Justin Long into a walrus. His main goal is to turn Justin Long into a walrus. So yeah, that's basically the movie. And then about an hour in, you get to see the walrus. Static Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray and DVD. I just recommended this to Aaron Pin, and I recommended it to Bloodbath & Beyond. Those are really cool guys. You guys should check them out too. They only have like 1,000 subscribers too. I want to talk to Eric about it, but this movie is, again, on my top 10 list. So basically, recently, I've been watching a lot of movies, and they've just been making such an impact on me, and I just love this movie. I don't want to give away anything about it. All you need is to watch the trailer. That's all you need. The trailer is an actual good trailer that gives away nothing, because this movie relies on the last 5 minutes. If you don't like this movie, wait till the last 5 minutes. You have to make it through this movie. Everything will make sense. And that revelation that happens at the end is really screwed up. It takes a really dark turn. But you know what? Great movie. I haven't watched it in 3D yet. I'm gonna plan on doing that. I think Thursday, and yeah, then I'll watch it. I'll probably do a full-fledged review on it. Okay, so final movie on the list is the most disappointing comedy of 2013. Nah, guys, I'm just kidding. We're talking about We're the Millers extended cut. The only, there's some definitely laugh out loud moments. I'm not gonna say there wasn't. There was some jokes that work, some jokes that don't. It's not a movie that I could see myself watching over and over again, but I got it for Christmas, and I watched it again, and the scene that made me just love this movie was the scene where Jennifer Aniston is stripping down. All those scenes are just amazing. She is such a beautiful woman. But, for the movie itself, really... what is his name? I forget his name. Will Poulter. Yeah. He was in Maze Runner, which I have my problems with that movie, but it's really enjoyable. Will Poulter saves the movie by far. And one of the things that I didn't like, I think, about this movie was that the fact that when I'm watching this movie, that Jason Sudeikis is probably boning Olivia Wilde, because he is engaged to Olivia Wilde. And I am pissed and jealous about that. But you know what? I can't have her, so he might as well. Okay, guys, well, that's the complete collection video, so, yeah, that's about it.